So, word on the street is you want to start online dating. Why am I upside down? Okay, word on the street is you want to start online dating. Well, you have come to the right place because I am going to let you know everything you need to know about online dating as a trans girl. Now, this doesn't apply to cis bitches. So if you're cis, clock out. This goes to all my fellow trans girls, okay? I asked on my Instagram what you guys wanted to see me do, and a lot of it was trans dating. Well, dating on online dating from a trans girl's point of view. Why did that take forever to come out? I don't know. And at first, I just kept seeing like trans, and I was like, why is this coming up so much? And then I realized 80% of my audience are trans, and that's when it hit me like, oh my god, I'm trans. Like, this makes sense. Like, I'm trans, because I literally forgot that I was trans for a second. It's weird, I know, I'm sorry. So anyways, let's get right to it. You wanna start dating? Go online. We are in a pandemic. You have no business going to the bar and meeting people. And I mean, even if you did, do you really wanna do that? Do you really want to go to the bar and then sit there and like tell him that you're trans and have him reject you in person? If not reject you, have him look at you inspecting you in person. Like, nobody fucking wants that. It's the most awkward and uncomfortable feeling ever. Go home, go on a dating app. Just bring him over, meet up with him, have car sex, have your little teenage years moment again. Here's a trans girl dating guideline. I filmed this video in the past with my friend Kaylin, so I will link that in the description box down below. First, pick your poison. Do you want Bumble? Bumble is where you have to message them first. And now I normally wouldn't suggest Bumble only because you have to message them first. Tinder is always the best route if you're trying to put it out there that you are trans. Go on Tinder. This is up to you. If you want to put that you're trans, go for it. If you're trying to find love, I advise you do it. If you just want to talk to guys for shits and giggle and just experience like dating as a normal cis girl, then don't put T in your bio because you'll see how differently they treat you and it's actually kind of funny and interesting. Your bio, put that you're trans. That should be the first fucking header. You know what? That should be your name, is I'm trans. If you are interested, get to know me and ask for my name. Just have your name in your Tinder bio. Just your name should be trans. It doesn't get any more out there than that. Can you imagine just swiping you single girl like, oh wow, trans. Wait, is she trans? What? I have it in my bio that I'm trans, and then put all your deal breakers on there. So I think at one point I had mine porn star and trans, only because, let's be honest, I have a few sex tapes out there. At this point, I basically am a porn star. If I'm a porn star. So the cool thing about online dating is you put all your deal breakers out there. If they fuck with it, they fuck with it. If they don't, then they don't. You don't get your time wasted at all. So once I see all your deal breakers, because let's be honest, apparently in this like lifetime, being trans is considered a deal breaker, because if you talk to a guy normally and you tell them that you're trans, automatically they'll either react like, oh, why didn't you tell me? This is a big no-no for me. I can't. That's a deal breaker. So yes, being trans is a deal breaker. See how you want it's a fucking deal breaker to some guys. Some guys will love it, we don't know. Okay, so once you have that you're trans in your bio, start swiping. And then all those matches, you gotta actually reassure these guys, because a lot of the times I'll match guys and we'll talk and I'm like, wait a minute, they're not talking about me being trans, they're being way too friendly, like, are they even aware? And I'll tell them like, hey, are you aware that I'm trans? And they'll be like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, it's literally in my bio. Like, how do you miss that? Like, it literally is the first thing, it's I'm trans. Under it is porn star. And then under that is kind of just like long walks on the beach, has a dog. All just like the cute little, you know, dating appropriate the appropriate dating profile stuff. So like, how the hell do you miss that? Like, it's literally right up there. And guys don't read. How guys go on dating apps is they literally shotgun that shit. Just go, they right swipe everyone. Once they match someone in their category of like ranking of like hotness 1 to 10, they message them, and then from there they shoot their shots and try to get laid. And so a lot of times they don't give a fuck about the bio. Like, they don't care. Well, it also depends on what kind of guys that you're talking to. If they're shitty, they won't care. If they're actually trying to get to know you, they'll read the bio, and then like their first pickup line will be something regarding the bio. Like, oh my god, I have a dog too. Oh my god, I used to do porn too. Oh my god, I fucked a trans girl once too. So once you have that, then you start swiping, you get your matches, you start hitting you up. All right, so once that's that, then you start talking. And I'm gonna give you guys a rundown of guys to look out for if you're trans on a dating app. So you have the guys who will be really, really friendly at first. They'll seem like they're trying to get to know you. And I call these guys, hold on, I'm having a brain fart. Actually, scratch everything I just said. What are the type of guys? Oh, okay, we'll start with this one. This is my favorite, and this one is the guys who love tea. They love trans girls, yeah. And you'll know this for a fact because, okay, so, you have the guys who love tea, and honestly, these guys aren't my favorite guys only because I feel fetishized, and I don't like that. So, like, they'll be like, oh my god, I love trans girls. Like, I've been with so many, like, I love that. And automatically I'm like, all right, ew, I feel like you just want me for my body now. Like, I actually feel a little grossed out and like, I don't want that. And like, the idea that a guy likes trans and knowing how small the community is, I'm just thinking about all the girls he must have hooked up with, aka all the girls that I know. And if there's one thing I hate more than anything, it's the idea of another trans girl telling me, oh, Elena, I had your man first, or like, oh, I fucked your man first, or I talked to your man first, or I don't know what it is. But in this trans community, bitches see things as a competition. And I'm just kind of, I don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. But it's like, okay, great, do you want a cookie? Like, he talked to you first, great, do you want a cookie or something? Like, what is your main purpose of like him talking to you first? Clearly nothing came out of it because look, you're sitting here telling me how he talked to you first, but yet you're still single. But it's a thing that happens all the time, and I don't even want to hear it. And so I will avoid talking to any guy who has been associated with any other girls because I don't want to hear about it from them at all. So whenever I talk to guys, I try to make sure I am the first of the first. I like men pure and wholesome and just I want to wreck them. So those are the, I don't like, was I ready to like close off this video? Those are the guys. Okay guys, bye guys, thanks for watching. Okay, so that's the one, the guys who love tea. I mean, if you love that, go for it. By all means, have fun with him because let me tell you, the guys who love trannies, they are the best to have sex with because they are so experienced and they love a chick with a dick. And so they are pleasers. Like they will not go home. They will not rest. They will not go to bed until you have busted a nut. And they're the best to have sex with. So my advice when it comes to guys who love trannies, fuck them. Literally have sex with them, but just don't commit or date them because do you really want another bitch telling you like, hey, I had your man first? Get that cookie ready, toss it in that bitch's face. Okay, and then we have the next one. The really, really sweet romantic guy, the perfect man. Actually almost perfect, and I say almost for a reason. He will respect you, he will love you, he will give you the future that you want. He wants to give you a normal life, like give you that life that you want so bad when you transition. And he will do that. But there's a deal breaker. You can't have everything. You can't have it both ways. And these guys are usually 5'11" and under. And I know that for a fact because I have so many of them and they're all 5'9" and 5'10". Listen, we don't want. Okay, no, I'm not gonna say want. Trans girls aren't that appealed. Hold on, wait, I need to use my words. I need to choose my words carefully because, like, especially with how sensitive everyone is these days, if I say the wrong thing, God knows, I'm gonna get canceled. Or, oh my God, you said this, that's how you feel. So I gotta choose my words carefully because you motherfuckers out there are sensitive as hell. It's like the more we grow, the more sensitive we get, apparently. Okay, a lot of trans girls are on the taller side, and so we like feeling feminine, and so a lot of them will prefer guys who are taller. And by taller, I mean like in the 6'2", 6'3", 6'5" range. Because the taller, more masculine the man is, the more tinier they feel. Like we already have like big proportions because we were born male. The last thing we want is to be the same proportions as our boyfriend. And so that's why a lot of girls prefer taller men. Like you can sit here and say, oh my God, I'll date whoever, but you can't tell me that if a guy walked in here, big as fuck, buff as fuck, masculine as shit, 6'5", and he said, yo, let me fucking fuck you or like date you, you wouldn't jump on that shit? Of course you would, because realistically that's what we want, because we're looking at it and it's like, oh bitch, that's a man. Like that is a whole ass man. What the fuck is this 5'11"? What are you fucking 5'9"? You can't beat this motherfucker up for shit. Bye, get the fuck out. And so yes, sad fact is we like taller men. And so these perfect men that will give you everything, they're usually shorter. And I don't know why. It's just like how, oh my god, if she's too hot and too perfect, she must be a dude. Because we live in a world where you can't have things both ways. You just can't. So that's that. Oh my god. We have the DL guys. I cannot stand the DL guys to save my life because they will literally treat you so amazing behind closed doors, but you will never meet his friends. You will never meet his family. You will never be seen in public with him because he is not secure with his sexuality and himself, and he's a little ashamed because you're trans, and he thinks that everyone around him knows, when in reality they don't, because you're probably a bad bitch, you know? And so these DL guys, they'll always be like indoors. They'll never be anything more. But listen, ladies, you gotta put yourself first. You cannot let these DL guys treat you this way because you are a bad bitch. Like, you didn't transition to be the hottest bitch in the room for a guy to throw you back in the closet and be like, stay here until I say it's safe. Like, fuck that. Like, I've had guys attempt, and I say attempt because I always cut them off the second I sense this. Attempt to treat me this way. Elena, I wanna be with you, but like my friends, what will my parents think? And I'm like, that's on you. That's your problem. Clearly you live by their approval or something, and their opinion matters so fucking much, even though you're a grown-ass adult. That's on you. You handle that over there. I'm gonna go back over here being a bad bitch. And so I have never let a guy treat me that way, and you shouldn't either. But they will try to. You need to keep it for the red flags. You need to see the signs, and the signs are if you're just always like in private settings with this man, but he's treating you like he wants something more, but you need to look at like you might be blinded by all the good things, like, oh my god, but he's so nice to me, he likes me so much. Clearly not enough because you haven't met his friends, you haven't met his family. Like, that's a little suspicious. Red fucking flag. And you know what, the next time he's around, call his fucking phone, see what you're saved under as, because that is a good one, Elena. You are funny. Like, if you are saved as something dumb, or if you're not even saved, like, see what he has you saved as. Like, that's another good one. Bitch, find out. Let me know, because I want to know too. Oh my god, we have the sexualizer. The sexualizer is the worst, because they look at you as just another thing to cross off on the bucket list, and that's what we don't want, you know? Like, they'll just be like, oh my god, you're trans? I've always wanted to hook up with a trans girl, but tell you what, I'm not down to touch your dick, suck your dick, or even see your dick. And it's like, I'm sorry, so then what are we even doing? Like, anal? Go do that with another, like, regular bitch. Like, what's the point of getting with a trans girl, but you don't want to do anything with her, like, her sheenus? Is that what we're calling it? Her pussy? No, wait, that one is the ass pussy. If you don't want to do anything with her sheenus, then you need to get the fuck out, because that's the equivalent to me being like, oh my god, I've always wanted to experience a roller coaster. Like, I've always wanted to go on one. Watch me fucking get to Six Flags and just stand outside the roller coaster and just watch it go and being like, damn, that's insane. Like, that's it. I can go home and I'm like, I just experienced a roller coaster. Like, wow. No, bitch! Get on the roller coaster. Suck the dick. Stroke it. Make it come. Do something. Oh my god. Like, you want to experiment being with a trans girl? Experiment. Now's your chance. Stroke her, or I don't know, something. It's there. Fucking play with it. Like, don't act all brand new. You stroke your dick every fucking day. You know how it works. You know, like, make the bitch come. This video's gonna get so demonetized. Okay, so that's like the sexualizer is the worst, because he sexualizes you, he just objectifies you, and there's no good intentions. Like, he just wants to cross you off the bucket list, and he will say whatever, he will do whatever. I want to throw up. He just wants to get you into bed, and that's oh my god! It's too early. And we're back. So the sexualizer is the worst. kind of guy ever, because he will, where were we? He will treat you like shit. He doesn't care about you. So put yourself first. You need to leave the sexualizer. He doesn't want anything good for you at all. And then we have the hater, you guys. Like, the hater is not fun because I have matched a hater before. It was this guy, his name was John, and it was so funny because he had the same name as me, and it was great because, you know, he was really, really cute, but the first message he ever sent to me was this, I'm like replaying, this man, literally, the first message was about how much he hated what I was doing and that if he ever saw me in public, he would beat me up. I had never, ever spoken to him, never met him, never even done anything. But his first opening to me was, oh my God, I cannot believe you're trans. What you're doing is so wrong. If I ever see you out and about, I will like punch you. That's because we're 5 miles away from each other. But like, there are guys who are literally like that, and I don't know what, they hate girls like us. They don't stand for us at all. They hate us. And so you guys need to look out for those guys because they are the absolute worst to like encounter. And I hate them so much. But these are just my experience with online dating as a trans person who has it in their bio that I am trans. And honestly, you guys, I suggest you do the same thing because think about it this way. I'm trying to word this in a way that sounds right. Okay. There are plenty of fishies in the ocean. There are plenty of fish in the sea. That's right, not ocean, the sea. There are plenty of fish in the sea. But when you put that you are trans in your bio, all the fishies that are okay with you being trans and all your deal breakers will come to you into your little fish bowl. And so now you have a fish bowl of guys who, not guys. So now you have a fish bowl of fishies that are okay with all your deal breakers. And so now all you have to do is pick from this fish bowl. Not the ocean, this fish bowl. It saves you so much time. Definitely once in a while, hang out with the fish that doesn't know tea, the fish that doesn't know anything, the fish that believes you are the perfect beta fish. You know, just to get that experience of like what it's like being a cis fish. Definitely look out for your safety though. But yeah, you guys, definitely put it in your bio that you're trans. Honestly, I advise everyone, or at least everyone, to go on Tinder at least once in your lifetime. Go on Bumble and like just go on a dating app and like see what it's like, because we're in a pandemic. You shouldn't even be out. And like right now is the perfect time to be on a dating app because there are so many people on dating apps because of the pandemic. So you have, it's like fish season right now. Like the sea is flooded with fish on a daily. But now it's extra flooded. So yes, you guys, definitely go on a dating app. And it's not for everyone, but it's definitely really fun. And if Tinder doesn't work out for you, if Bumble doesn't work out for you, and you know, even now they have like dating apps for like LGBTQ. What is Q? Hold on, I need to see, what is the Q in LGBTQ? Queer or questioning? I don't know why, but isn't the word Q like, isn't the word queer supposed to be offensive? Because I distinctly remember being in middle school, being called a queer as if it was like a bad thing. And then now it's just happily in the LGBT. That's kind of like LGBTQF. Throw the word fag in there. Like, isn't the word queer supposed to be like one of those words you just don't say? I mean, I don't know. When I was younger and someone called me a queer, I remember it affecting me. And so, we'll just say it's questioning. We'll just say questioning, but definitely not queer. That's a little aggressive. But yes, they have like LGBTQ, we're not gonna do the Q. They have LGBT apps, dating apps for LGBT communities. I believe one of them is Tammy, so that one's fun too. I personally didn't like it because it just felt weird being on that app. Like, it just, that the layout wasn't the same. It was really complicated. It made it more of like a Facebook page than like an actual dating app where you kind of just swipe and then automatically are put in like a messaging room with them. But this Tammy was kind of just like, oh my God, create a profile, what are your interests, add a story. And I'm like, okay, I have Instagram for that, relax. But If Tinder fails, if Bumble fails, if Tammy fails, then bitch, go to the one where you'll always have success. And that is a motherfucking Grindr. Go on Grindr. Go on fucking Grindr. That app is just, Grindr is honestly such a dirty app. Like, it is so filthy, it is so dirty. Like, you go on it and you are getting bombarded with fucking dick pics and just guys who look at you as like nothing more but just a tranny. And like, I don't know. Grindr is such a dirty app. It's so filthy, it's so gross, but it's a guilty pleasure. Like, I go on Grindr when it's like late at night, and it's crazy because no matter what time it is, there will always be someone like 50 feet away who is just ready to go, and they are so dirty. Like, the guys on Grindr are like, I gotta be at my lowest point in life and in time to like go on Grindr and be like, okay, like, I do love Grindr though because of how quick and easy it is to get laid, and it's just always like no strings attached. But if you find anyone on Grindr, keep in mind they're probably not there to get to know you or be in a relationship. They're there to rail the fuck out of you. But yeah, that's as much as I can think of like what to expect on a dating app recently, because one I made was like a few years ago. The video that I made about dating apps was a few years ago. However, that one I feel like is more detailed. But yeah, that's just what, like, this is just like what the world has come to recently, because guys have been very aggressive as of lately, because being trans is just so like popular now that there's just so many trans girls out there, and so now guys are getting more curious, and so they're upping their game, you know. But that's this video. That's my experience with online dating. Actually, that wasn't even an experience. That's kind of just like what to look for. Guys can be assholes. You just gotta pick out the right ones. But I mean, one thing that I will learn is like based on the vibe you're putting out there. So if you have photos of yourself in like lingerie looking slutty, keep in mind they're probably going to have different intentions with you because you're kind of making it known. I mean, it's still wrong, but it's the reality of it, you know? And I guess it's more so conversation, like how the conversation is going. If you're, I don't know. It just all depends on the vibe that you're giving them is the vibe that they'll return back to you. But sometimes you could be talking about flowers and weather and he'll like clap back with a dick pic. So it all just depends on the guy. Pick them wisely. That's as much as I can think of. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Definitely subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and that way when my next video comes out, you will be the first to see it before I remove it for having bad audio issues. But yeah, my first video of 2020! Anyways, I'm going to go enjoy the day after my birthday, and I'll get this video edited and uploaded as soon as I can. That way you guys can have this video to watch. Leave a comment down below on your online dating experience because I love reading the comments, you guys. I love it so much. I want to know your experience, and let me know if you guys want to see in my next video. I'll definitely do whatever you guys want me to, you guys, the audience. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and until my next video, bye guys. Ah! Oh my god, I need to charge my fucking phone.